Alright, so I'm on the ground in my bedroom in my little book corner. As you can see, my shelves are overflowing with books. I also do have a little mushroom house that I lit up, but you can't see, but that's okay. I love it. So we're leaving it. This is the Q&A. I asked if you guys wanted one. There were a lot of votes for yes, so then I asked for questions, and y'all delivered. So we're gonna go over the questions I got. I'll go over the ones I got on YouTube first. I'll put them here. First being from Zara Loebner 2000. Are you a fan of the movie Coraline? That's my absolute favorite movie. I've never seen Coraline, so sorry. From the clips I've seen, it looks kind of scary. So I have not seen Coraline. I've seen pieces and I've seen clips because obviously it's a very big, like, cult classic type movie, even though, like, I think it was very popular, so not so culty. But I've never seen Coraline, so I can't tell you if I like it or dislike it, because I've never seen it. So from Keeping Walt in Disney, how do you find some of the rarer titles? Do you purchase copies and watch, or do you primarily stream them? So that's a great question. This has a lot of different avenues. So when I was first starting out, Disney Plus didn't exist. So when I was first starting out, rarer titles I just found online to stream on sites that probably were not the most reliable or trustworthy, and then there were a lot I did have to purchase. So downstairs on my shelf of movies, I have like Escapade in Florence, the Waltz King, an Elephant one. I've got a bunch of those older titles downstairs because they were only purchasable on Disney Movie Club, which now is no longer a thing. So like Disney Plus came in, there was a few years of overlap, and now obviously, as we all know, Disney Movie Club has come to an end, which is devastating. I am so sad by that. I have no idea how I'm going to go about purchasing Disney movies anymore, especially like the old ones, you know, like I'm sure I'll be able to purchase all the new releases, but the old ones, that's a blow, so that sucks. And then anything I could not find because it just was never printed, or, you know, whatever, only aired on TV back in the 70s, so we have to rely on it re-airing in the 80s or 90s and someone recording it with a VHS tape. I actually have my handy dandy friend Max, who we've been friends now quite a few years. We met through me doing this channel, and he has found every single movie I've not been able to find, save for I've had a person send me movies from England that were released on DVD in England. I've had, you know, a couple people reach out and give me movies before, so it's kind of an all hands on deck thing, but solely most of the movies I was never able to find, whether it be streaming or on a shady website or buy a copy of the old ones or whatever, it was Max who found them for me, and he did it in every way you could imagine. He'd find it on some site I didn't even know existed. He would barter with people who have copies of the movies who are collectors and give them a movie we already had, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I owe Max for finding all the movies I've never been able to find. I just have to go back and watch them all now. And now, because Max is around and in my life, we try to be preemptive. So that's why I've had I haven't had an unwatchable in forever, because we're preemptive and I have Max find it before I even get to having to film that movie. So that's a very long answer to that question. Alan Avis asks, if you were trapped inside a Disney movie, which one would you choose? Okay, this is fun. If I were trapped. Okay, that insinuates that I cannot get out. So if I were trapped in a Disney movie, this is tough. I feel like there are a lot of avenues I could go, right? Like I could go Winnie the Pooh, because it's Pooh Bear. And who doesn't love Pooh Bear? And the 100-Acre Wood seems like a great place to live. And I would love to be like Christopher Robin, you know, just total vibe. But I feel like I could also choose, like, Mary Poppins. Because, like, I feel like that's just, like, the normal world, but there's a little bit of magic. Like, if you jump into a chalk drawing, that's freaking cool. I feel like those are the ones that are coming to my mind. Because I wouldn't want to, like, you know, obviously, it's like, I wouldn't want to jump into, like, Aladdin. Because, like, you know, I don't want to deal with, like, Jafar. But genies would be cool. So I feel like I could choose any number of them, and it'd be fun. But some of them would be like complicated and scary sometimes. So I'm definitely gonna go like Winnie the Pooh, or like Mary Poppins, or something along that line. Moonlight-XK6XS asks, what is the worst Disney Channel original movie? The worst Disney Channel original movie. Okay. I feel like I might be forgetting one, but I'm gonna go The Ultimate Christmas Present. That movie's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad movie. Alright, that concludes the questions I got on the YouTube Q&A prompt. So now I'm gonna flip over to Instagram. So on Instagram, Captain Denise asked me what is my favorite Disney movie. I've been asked this a million times while I've done this project, and I'm going to give the same answer I give every time, and it's I haven't watched them all, so how am I supposed to know? So once I catch up and have watched them all, maybe I'll try to pick a favorite and tell you guys. Audrey JT126 asks, what's the most challenging thing you have to do during your video creation process? That's a really good question. The most difficult thing, the most challenging thing, I think that really depends. Because sometimes, so like watching the movie like takes time, and researching the movie takes time, and if it's a movie that has a ton of information, that takes longer, but I wouldn't say that's more challenging. And then filming can be more challenging if I get like an idea for something I want to do during the video that's out of the realm of what I typically do. So like if I have a vision and I have to do like a couple more things in the video, that can be challenging. And then the editing can be challenging depending on what I do during the edit as well. But I've been doing that. This is 8 years now that I've been doing this, so I don't feel like anything is like challenging. If I'm trying to do something new that I haven't done before, I'd say that's probably challenging because I am learning how to do something where like everything else I have it down pat, you know, like I've got it. So it really just depends. If I film with a guest, it's a good challenging. It's not like a negative challenging. Because it like reworks the format a bit. Yeah, I feel like cutting out thumbnails, like cutting out my picture, is always challenging because it's just time consuming, I guess. Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anything right now that's like hard. If my hard drives start to have a problem, then it's challenging and I need to figure that out. Or if I need to go back. There's no easy way for me to like, because you know, I make a lot of content, and that's a lot of footage, a lot of pictures, so there's no easy way to like make a compilation of all the stuff I've done, because that means I have to import like all the footage, which is a lot, and it all already exists, and it's just, yeah. So that is pretty challenging, but not in like a, oh my gosh, it's so hard kind of way. Doomed_Leviathan_ asks, if you could pick 2 Disney movies to have a crossover, what movies would you choose? Oh, interesting. 2 Disney movies to have a crossover. I mean, I always got excited during House of Mouse when like all of the characters would be together. So I feel like I would want it to be something like that. Like I'd want it to be like a House of Mouse movie where all the characters from all the movies are in it, but I know you said pick 2. So I don't know. Maybe I would do, like, I feel like right now in this moment, I'm kind of like, oh, what about, like, Raya and Mirabel from Encanto? Like, what if they had a crossover? I feel like that'd be really cool. Or, like, if Frozen had a crossover with... what else is... you know, like, I don't know, like Wreck-It Ralph. Like, I feel like... well, they technically kind of did, I suppose. But... I don't know, I feel like, it'd be fun. Or, like, the classics, like having, like, a crossover with Aladdin and Little Mermaid, or Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast, or Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid. I feel like, oh, that would be cool. Or we could do, like, a Great Mouse Detective and Rescuers crossover, because they're all mice. I feel like that'd be fun. I feel like that'd be a cool crossover. I don't know, there's lots of fun options, I feel like. Yeah, I feel like there's lots of cool, fun options. Eisenberg Jackie asks, what Disney character is my all-time favorite? Character? My gut reaction is Cinderella. Sorry if that's boring. Genie. I know it doesn't count because it's a Studio Ghibli movie, but the Radish Spirit from Spirited Away, I love him so much. Or Totoro. I know it doesn't count though because it's a Studio Ghibli movies. I don't know, friends. Cinderella, Mickey Mouse, Goofy. Nah, it's probably Cinderella. I just love her. She's so nice. Captain Denise asks, favorite non-human Disney character? Ooh, this is a little different. Non-human. Pooh Bear? Easy. How long does it take from watching the movie to the video being online? Okay, interesting. Fun question. I feel like I've had similar questions in the past. If you're talking... okay. I watch movies every Monday, I film them every Tuesday, I edit them Wednesday through Friday, depending on whatever. Most of the time I can finish them Wednesday and Thursday and not have to do any work on Friday. Just depends on how many videos or movies I'm doing that week. Most of the time, traditionally, I do 2 a week, so I'm normally done before Friday and don't have to do any editing by Friday. If I'm trying to, like, make up or catch up or whatever, I'll do more than 2 a week, which then will probably push me into Friday or even the next week editing. So... it really depends. And then we have the whole, I try to be 5 weeks ahead. So if we're talking watch, film, edit, and it's online ready to be posted, it's normally within a week. So it's like 3 to 5 days. If we're talking the gap between when I have it finished and when it goes on, like I publish it, that is anywhere from like a day to 5 weeks. So I try to be 5 weeks ahead because I really like to be 4 weeks ahead, and Patreon gets every video a week early. So I'm typically 5 weeks ahead, so I'm 4 weeks ahead on Patreon. During Celebration Month, it always gets jumbled, and I'll always have to play catch up in September. So right now, when I'm filming this Q&A, it's the day before it has to go up, because it's the only time I had to film the Q&A, because the Q&A was a last minute decision, because I decided I wanted the giveaway video to come out on August 1st instead of the first Wednesday of August, because the first Wednesday of August is obviously the 7th, which means we've had 7 days of Celebration Month and really no mention of it, and I didn't like that, so I wanted the giveaway video to come out on the 1st, which means this Wednesday, tomorrow, or today when you're watching this. I wouldn't have had anything, and then right now, at this time, my cousin Mariah, you know who she is, Mariah is in town to celebrate her 30th birthday, so I've been doing something every day with her, so I haven't had a chance to film the giveaway until this moment, and then I'm going to finish it and edit it right away and have it uploaded to YouTube to go up tomorrow on Wednesday. So like, that's an example, but typically I like to be 5 weeks ahead. So if we're looking at it that way, it's 5 weeks if that from video creation to it being online. But it can be anywhere from a week before, 2 days before, to 3 weeks before, to 4 weeks before, to 5 weeks before. It really just depends. But typically to create it, it's within the same week. Unless I normally research a few weeks before as well. I like to be researched out at least like 4 weeks ahead. So if we're including the research, it's weeks. It really just depends. Captain Denise, again, in what order are you watching every Disney movie ever? So I'm going chronologically by year. It's essential that I say that because I will move around within a year. So for instance, at this point, because the giveaway's out, you guys know that Brave is 800. Brave didn't magically land on 800, right? Like all these past hundreds besides 200. The 100th always like is around in that year, and then I look at what movie is near it and I go, that'd be more fun for the 100th. We're gonna do that. So I think Brave was probably like 801 or it was 798 or whatever, and I was like, no, Brave's gonna be 800 because I don't think anyone wants Treasure Buddies to be 800, you know what I mean? So I move around within a year or like if I can't find a movie and it's still within the year that I'm watching, I'll like skip it and push it down the list to watch, so I can give myself time and max time to find the movie if I can't find it. So I'll move around within the year. So it's not like exact chronological order. It's not like, you know, February of 2012, March of 2012. It's just, if the movie came out in 2012, I'm gonna watch it in the time that I'm watching movies from 2012 type situation. What's your first Disney memory, also from Captain Denise? Ooh. Oh my god. I don't know. I'm probably watching Little Mermaid and Lion King 2 in the townhouse we lived in when I was like 5, 6, 7. Or watching the old school Disney, like Mickey cartoons, Goofy cartoons, all those old school cartoons in the middle of the night on this tiny little TV set in my room in that same house. I feel like those are some of my earliest Disney memories. Or like I had a CD that was like Livin' La Vida Mickey. That's some of my earliest Disney memories. I know we went to Disney World when I was like 2. Went to Disney when I was like 2. I have no memory of that. My family tells me about how, like, seeing Mickey Mouse, I thought he was, like, God and was afraid to meet him, so, but I don't remember that. So some of my earliest Disney memories are definitely, like, being in the townhouse I was in for a few years with my mom and my brother, and watching Lion King 2 and acting it out, and, like, reenacting the movie with my stuffed animals, and, like, trying to get my shoulder blades to do the lion shoulder blade thing. And watching Little Mermaid and singing it with my mom and all that kind of stuff. That's some of my earliest Disney memories, I'd say. Captain Denise, again, if you could live in any movie world, Disney or not, which one would it be? Disney or not? Oh, no. Okay, this is very similar to the one who asked me if I was trapped in any Disney movie. So I feel like, you know, to keep it peaceful, I'd still do like Winnie the Pooh or Mary Poppins or something. But like, I wouldn't say no to Harry Potter so I could have magic, because that'd be freaking cool, but also, we hate J.K. Rowling and she sucks, so, where else could I have magic? Because, you know, that'd be fun. I could have magic in, like, Frozen, or something, or in some kind of, you know, I could have magic in one of those movies. But I'll probably just stick with Winnie the Pooh, because, like, who doesn't want to be hanging out with Pooh and friends all the time? Kevin and Denise, again, what Disney conspiracy do you believe in? Like the movie universe crossovers. I don't know a lot of these. I know for sure, like, Rapunzel is in Frozen, and, you know, like, all of that stuff. So I definitely believe in that. I'm assuming Captain Denise is probably referring to the Pixar theory, where all the Pixar movies are connected. I think it's fun. I don't necessarily think the Pixar team did that on purpose. But I do think that's a fun theory, and it's fun to, like, you know, believe in that. But otherwise, I don't really know of any others. You would think I would, given that I've been doing this forever, but I just like watching the movies, man. Like, I don't know. Supermax Pacheco asks, Seven Dwarfs, Donald's Three Nephews, or 101 Dalmatian Puppies? As much as I love watching Huey, Dewey, and Louie, I would never want to have them, just with how awful they can be to Donald. Like, I don't want to deal with that, I don't think. So, they're off the list. Seven Dwarfs or 101 Dalmatian Puppies. You would think I'd go for the puppies, because I love dogs so much. But I think I might go with the Seven Dwarfs. They're just so nice, and they're so helpful, and they're so friendly, and they're just nice. But then 101 Dalmatian Puppies. Does it have to be 101? Like, I don't want a Dalmatian farm. That's too many. I'd be fine with, like, 2. I just don't want that many dogs, so I think I will go with Seven Dwarfs. I feel like they're just cool. Supermax Pacheco asks, if Disney remade one of their films you hated with a great team, which movie would you want them to do? Oh, no. That is such a good question. Oh. Okay, hang on. So we gotta think. This is hard. Okay, we gotta think of a Disney movie that's not that good. Okay. Wait, no. See, I like that movie. I think it's fun, but I do think they could probably have a blast with it now. Island at the Top of the World. I love that movie, though, so that's not a movie I hated. Movie I hated, remade with the right team. That movie is also good. I'm trying to think of movies that I think, like, could be good with a remake. Is it stupid to look at my list? Is it stupid to look at my list for this? Oh, okay. Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. We could make it better. We could do better than that. That's definitely one. I feel like John Carter, too, honestly. John Carter and Prince of Persia, while not bad movies, I do feel like could be done better. And if done better, I'd be on board. Stuff like that, you know, in that realm where it's like they were really big, supposed to be blockbuster hits, and then they just weren't. Because they weren't executed as well as they could be. I'd be on board with that. Maybe the same with, like, The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Although, of those 3, I think The Sorcerer's Apprentice is the best one. That movie is very good. Home on the Range? I feel like they could make Home on the Range way better than it is. That's another good one, I feel like. Alright, I gave you a few. Prince of Persia, John Carter, Home on the Range. Prince of Persia and John Carter are better than Home on the Range. 100%. Without a doubt. So if we really were going for a movie I really, really didn't like, it'd be Home on the Range. I think they could do a way better job. First and foremost, no Roseanne. Supermax Pacheco again. What Disney movie most deserves a ride that doesn't have one? Oh no! What movie most deserves a ride that doesn't have one? Emperor's New Groove. Beauty Makeup 0x asks, what got you into watching every Disney movie ever made? LOL. Okay, good question. I've gotten this question a few times. So I went to film school. I went to Columbia College Chicago in Chicago. And I wanted to direct films. Be cool. I'm less wanting to do that just because of the culture of a film set. So I would definitely do it differently than the industry standard if I were to still go on and direct films. But I digress. I ended up doing an internship in LA, which is what got me into LA, and then I stayed in LA and edited a documentary for a very wonderful, beautiful woman. Love her, miss her. And in that process, I was thinking about the kind of director I wanted to be, because in film school, or like I'm sure any art school, there's this big pressure to create art that is dark. And I didn't want to do that. I loved the way Disney movies made me feel growing up, or any movie kind of like that, where it has the sadder parts, but it ends happily, or this, that, and the other. You know, like Frozen. The first Frozen movie, when it ended up being Anna's act of true love to protect her sister that saved her, that moved me to tears. Inside Out 1 moved me to tears when she said she misses home and breaks down in her parents' arms. Bro, I was done. Like, these newer Disney movies, Coco? Come on. And now, like, since then, Encanto and stuff like that, they get me, you know? They're just so beautiful. Inside Out 2, wrecked. Absolutely amazing, gorgeous. You know, so I wanted to make art like that, and direct movies like that. So then in California, I was like, I really want to, like, I want to direct a Disney movie one day. A little less of a goal now, but, like, that was the goal. I was like, I want to direct a Disney movie one day, or be able to write and direct a Disney movie in some regard like that. And so I was like, what better way to know everything about what goes into a Disney movie than to watch them all? And it was kind of like a whim, but I started compiling a list of all the Disney movies, and my mom said, why don't you document your process on YouTube? And I was like, that's actually a really fun and cool idea. So that's how we're here today, 8 years later, and how life is life. And I moved home instead of staying in LA because LA was just not the vibe. And how I'm 8 years deep into watching Disney movies, really on a trek of watching them all, and I found a wonderful community who is also trying to watch them all and collect them all, and, you know, all of that. I love it. Goals of, like, directing a Disney movie, that'd be cool. It'd be cool to direct a Disney movie. I'd be on board, that's for sure. I just don't love, like, traditional industry standard hours and work ethic. I think it's really unhealthy, because to make a movie, like, I don't know how much people know about making movies, but you don't have a life. It's, you know, 12-hour days that are grueling, long, hard 12-hour days, 5 to 6 days a week. It's just a lot. And I know there are directors out there that do French hours, which is 8-hour work days, basically 5 days a week, and it just takes longer. But in Hollywood, anything that takes longer costs more money, and money is king. And so that's why I fell off of that. I wasn't crazy about set culture and stuff like that. So it would really be like, I would have to be not starting from the ground up. Like, I would not want to start as a PA, which is what makes it so I'm pretty much not doing it. Because I love my family, and I want to spend time with my family and be there with my friends and all that kind of stuff. I'm interested in having a life outside of killing myself on a set. You know, not that people who are doing that are killing themselves. You understand. It's just, that's not for me. And so I would want to be the director from the get-go, so I can decide we're doing French hours or like 8-hour, 5 days. You know, I want everyone to be rested and relaxed and have fun and be able to go home and, like, have dinner. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want. So yeah, okay. That was a really long answer. And that was my last question! We did it! That was really long. Sorry I took forever to answer some of those questions, but thank you so much for submitting questions. Shout out to all of you that submitted any questions, and if you submitted more than one question, thank you so much. That was really wonderful of you. So that's everything. Those are all my questions. I hope you're having a wonderful August. I'm having a very jam-packed, adventure-filled August so far, and it's only day 6. That's it. Happy Celebration Month. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. It'll be linked below. I will announce the winner of that on the last day of August like I usually do. And then buy merch. Merch is on sale. It's 20% off with the code down below. And join Patreon, because every tier on Patreon gets a benefit from the tier above it right now. So go ahead and go check it out. Which means everyone, even the $1 tier, has access to daily trivia. So seriously, go check it out. Have a good celebration month. I will see you on Friday with the next normal video. And don't forget, next Wednesday we'll have another fun bonus video. On the Wednesday after that we'll have another fun bonus video. And then it's the week of guests. So let's go. Thank you so much. Bye. Look at my mushroom house, guys. I bent the legs. Hang on, I gotta re-straighten the legs. This is my mushroom house. I painted it. I painted my mushroom house. And I put a little candle inside. And it's right next to Totoro. Aubrey got me that for my birthday last year.